My mother banned me from the family reunion. My siblings mocked me for it. Now they're pleading, but I've got a surprise they'll never see coming. My heart slams against my ribcage as I stare at the encrypted email on my screen, the words searing into my brain like a brand. You're not invited, Ethan, stay away. The message is unsigned, but I know it's from my mother. Evelyn Caldwell, her cold precision unmistakable, even through a secure server. My family's annual gala, the glittering crown jewel of Silicon Valley's elite, where tech moguls sip champagne and toast the Caldwell empire, has just disowned me. Me, Ethan Caldwell, 34, the middle child who built the AI backbone of their billion-dollar company, only to be demoted, dismissed, and now erased. I sit frozen in my dimly lit loft, the San Francisco skyline mocking me through the window with its twinkling promise of success. The gala is tomorrow night, and I was supposed to be there, keys to a $500,000 zero-cents electric SUV in my pocket, ready to prove I'm more than the family's invisible son. But this email, this digital slap, changes everything. I lean back in my chair, the leather creaking under my weight, and rub my temples. The hum of my startup servers tucked in a corner of the loft feels like the only thing keeping me grounded. My wife Maya is still at her cybersecurity firm, probably hunched over a monitor, chasing down some corporate fraudster. She doesn't know about the email yet, and I'm not sure how to tell her. How do you explain to the woman you love that your own family, your blood, thinks you're not worth a seat at their table? My phone buzzes on the desk, a text from my mother. Too busy this year, Ethan. Budget's tight. No mention of the email, no explanation. Just a lie so flimsy it's almost insulting. I can already picture the gala. Nathan, my older brother, the golden CEO, shaking hands with venture capitalists. Chloe, my younger sister, the influencer CMO, dazzling in a $10,000 zero-cents gown. My parents, Richard and Evelyn, basking in their empire's glow, and me, I'm the ghost they've exorcised. I'm not supposed to care anymore. I've spent years swallowing their disdain, their casual cruelty. Nathan, 37, can do no wrong. His billion-dollar deals are the family's heartbeat. Chloe, 31, is their princess, her Instagram feed a shrine to perfection, even when her scandals need cleaning up. And my parents? They built Caldwell Enterprises from a garage startup to a tech titan, but their eyes only light up for Nathan's victories or Chloe's charm. Me? I'm the middle child, the one who coded the AI that made their company a household name, only to be shoved into a consultant role after a shadowy boardroom coup I still don't fully understand. They call my startup a hobby, my wife's career, hacking for pennies. But I'd been killing myself in secret, burning the midnight oil to build an AI-driven education platform that could change lives. They don't know about the late nights, the investor pitches, the $10 million zero-cents offer sitting in my inbox. They don't know because they never ask. I push back from the desk, my sneakers scuffing the hardwood floor, and grab a beer from the fridge. The cold glass feels like an anchor as I pace the loft, my mind replaying every slight, every dismissal, the time I pitched an ethical AI framework at a board meeting, only for Nathan to laugh it off while his reckless algorithm got a standing ovation. The Christmas dinner where Dad asked Maya when she'd get a real job, as if exposing corporate fraud wasn't enough. The countless times I've bailed Chloe out of her PR messes. Leaked texts, shady brand deals, while she barely acknowledges me. And yet, I've kept trying. I've shown up to every gala, every board meeting, every family dinner, hoping for a crumb of approval. I even drained my startup's seed money to buy that damn SUV, thinking it might finally make them see me. Stupid, I know. Maya warned me it was too much, but she supported me anyway, because that's who she is. Fierce, loyal, the only person who's ever had my back. The email's subject line glares at me. Caldwell Gala, restricted access. Restricted. From my own family's event, I slam the beer down, foam sloshing over the rim, and grab my phone. I'm done playing the good son. I'm going to that gala, SUV keys or not, and they're going to face me. I text Maya. Got a weird message from Mom. Heading to the mansion tomorrow. You in? Her reply is instant. Hell yes, but be careful, something's off. She's right. Maya's always right. Her cybersecurity instincts are sharper than mine, and if she smells trouble, it's probably lurking. But I'm too angry to care. I want answers, and I want them now. The next evening, I'm behind the wheel of my beat-up Honda Civic. Maya in the passenger seat, her dark eyes scanning the road like she's expecting an ambush. The Silicon Valley night is crisp, the kind of clear that makes the stars look like they're mocking you. The SUV keys are in my jacket pocket, a heavy reminder of the sacrifice I was willing to make. I spent 3 years funneling every spare dollar into that car, thinking it would finally earn me a nod from my parents. Now it feels like a bad joke. Maya's hand rests on my knee, steadying me. "You don't have to do this, Ethan," she says, her voice low but firm. "They don't deserve you." "I know," I say, gripping the wheel tighter. "But I need to see it for myself. I need to know why." She nods, her jaw tight. Maya's no stranger to my family's bullshit. They've called her job lowly, mocked her for not having an Ivy League degree, even though she's taken down hackers who could cripple corporations. She's the one who's held me together through every family dinner where Dad talked over me, every gala where Mom introduced me as Ethan, who's still finding his way. But tonight, I'm not here to beg for their approval. I'm here to confront the lie. As we turn onto the winding road leading to my parents' Atherton mansion, headlights flash in my rearview mirror. A black SUV, no plates, is tailing us, too close for comfort. My pulse spikes. "Maya, you see that?" I mutter, glancing at her. She's already twisted in her seat, eyes narrowed. "Yeah," she says, her voice clipped. "Speed up, let's see if they follow." I press the gas, the Civic's engine whining as we hit 60 on the narrow road. The SUV matches our speed, its grille looming like a predator. My knuckles whiten on the wheel. "This isn't random," I say, my voice steady despite the adrenaline flooding my veins. "Someone doesn't want us at that gala." "Exit's coming up," Maya says, pointing to a side road. "Take it now." I swerve hard, tires screeching, and the SUV overshoots, its brake lights flaring as it tries to correct. For a moment I think we've lost them, but then it whips around, roaring back toward us. My heart's in my throat as I gun it down the side road, the Civic shaking under the strain. Maya's on her phone, typing furiously. "I'm pinging the license plate database," she says. "If they've got plates, I'll find out who they are." The SUV closes in, its headlights blinding. I jerk the wheel, narrowly avoiding a ditch as it tries to ram us. "Hold on," I shout, flooring it toward an intersection. At the last second I cut left and the SUV barrels past, disappearing into the dark. My hands are shaking, but I keep driving, the mansion's gates now visible in the distance. Maya's breath is ragged, but her voice is calm. "That was no accident, Ethan. Someone's sending a message." "Whoever it is," I say, pulling into a side street to catch my breath, "they're not stopping me tonight." The Caldwell mansion is a fortress of glass and steel, lit up like a spaceship against the night sky. The driveway is a showroom of wealth. Nathan's Tesla, Chloe's Porsche, a fleet of Bentleys and Audis from Silicon Valley's elite. No cancellation, no tight budget, just the same old gala, minus me. Maya squeezes my hand as we park across the street, her eyes scanning the perimeter like a soldier. "You sure about this?" she asks. "I'm sure," I say, though my gut's twisting. The encrypted email, the SUV chase, it's all screaming stay away. But I can't. Not yet. We cross the street, my sneakers crunching on gravel, the SUV keys burning a hole in my pocket. Through the ballroom windows I see a world I used to belong to, tech moguls in tailored suits, champagne flutes clinking, Chloe dazzling in a sequined gown, Nathan holding court on a stage, his voice booming about disrupting the future. My parents stand at the center, Richard in a tuxedo, Evelyn in diamonds, basking in their empire's glory. It's a scene straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster, and on the extra they cut from the script. I ring the doorbell, the chime echoing like a warning. Evelyn opens the door, her smile freezing when she sees me. "Ethan," she says, her voice dripping with irritation. "What are you doing here?" She steps forward, blocking the entrance like a bouncer at an exclusive club. "Got your text," I say, forcing my voice to stay even. "Thought I'd check in since the gala was canceled and all." I gesture to the sea of cars, the music pulsing from inside. Looks like you worked it out? Her eyes narrow, and for a moment I think she'll lie again. But then she sighs, like I'm a child who's missed the point. This is different, Ethan. This is for people who contribute to the family, people with real achievements. Her words hit like a sucker punch, but I've heard worse. I've spent years swallowing her barbs, her dismissals, her insistence that my startup's a pipe dream, that Maya's a liability. Real achievements, I say, my voice low, dangerous, like Nathan's deals, Chloe's Instagram posts, or maybe the AI I built that made this company what it is. She rolls her eyes, a gesture so familiar it stings. Don't be dramatic. This is a night for winners. Your little startup's a hobby, not a legacy. You just sit there, dragging the mood down. Behind her, Nathan steps onto the stage, raising a glass to a cheering crowd. His smirk catches the light, and I swear it's aimed at me. Richard doesn't even look up, too busy schmoozing with a venture capitalist. The entire Caldwell universe is here, celebrating without me, and my mother standing guard to make sure I stay out. Before I can respond, a security guard, 6'4", built like a linebacker, steps forward, his hand on my shoulder. "Time to go, buddy," he says, his voice a low growl. I recognize him. He's one of Nathan's hires, a loyal dog who'd do anything for the golden boy. "Get your hand off me," I say, stepping back. Maya's at my side now, her eyes blazing, but the guard moves faster, shoving me hard. I stumble, my shoulder slamming into the door frame, pain shooting through my arm. Maya shouts, "Back off!" But the guard's already reaching for me again, his fist cocked. Instinct kicks in. I duck, his punch grazing my ear, and I shove him back, adrenaline surging. "Ethan, stop!" Maya yells, pulling me toward the car. The guard hesitates, glancing at Evelyn, who's watching like she's bored. "Let him go," she says, waving a hand. "He's not worth the trouble." I'm shaking as we retreat to the Civic, the gala's lights mocking us from across the street. But I'm not done. I turn back, my voice steady despite the rage. "You know what's funny, Mom? I came here to give you and Dad a $500,000 0-cents SUV. I cashed out my startup's equity for it. 3 years of my life gone, just to prove I'm worth something to you." Her eyes widen, but I keep going. "It's sitting at the dealership, paid in full. But you don't deserve it. Not anymore." "Ethan, wait," she starts, but I'm already walking away, Maya's hand in mine. The door slams shut behind us. The sound, final, like a guillotine dropping. We get in the car, and I grip the wheel, my knuckles white. Maya's silent, but her eyes are wet. Not with sadness, but with fury. "I'm so sorry," I whisper. "Don't you dare apologize for them," she snaps, her voice shaking. "They're monsters. And that guard? That wasn't random. Nathan's behind this, I'd bet my life on it." I nod, my mind racing. The email, the SUV chase, the guard. It's all connected. Someone's trying to keep me out, and I'm starting to think it's not just about family drama. There's something bigger at play, something they don't want me to see. Back at the loft, I can't sleep. The city's lights flicker outside, but all I see is that guard's fist, Evelyn's sneer, Nathan's smirk. Maya's at her laptop, her fingers flying as she digs into the SUV's license plate, or lack thereof. "It's a ghost," she says, slamming her laptop shut. "No plates, no registration. Whoever was tailing us knew how to cover their tracks." "Like a pro," I say, my stomach sinking. "Like someone Nathan would hire." Before she can respond, my phone pings, a security alert from my startup servers. I bolt to my desk, my heart dropping as I see the message. "Unauthorized access detected. Data breach in progress." "No, no, no," I mutter, logging in. "Our user database, thousands of student profiles, test results, AI algorithms, is leaking like a sieve. Someone's ripping through my life's work, and it's happening now, hours after the gala." "Maya, we've been hacked," I say, my voice hollow. She's at my side in an instant, her cybersecurity instincts kicking in. "I'm locking it down," she says, pulling up her own tools. "But this isn't some script, Kitty. This is sophisticated, targeted." "Targeted," I repeat, the word bitter on my tongue. Like that SUV. Like the guard. She nods, her face grim. Someone wants you out of the game, Ethan, and I'm betting it's family. I spend the next hour on the phone with my startup's small team, rerouting servers, resetting passwords, praying we can contain the damage. By 3 a.m. we've stopped the bleeding, but the breach has cost us. Data's compromised, investors will panic, and my $10 million 0-cents deal is hanging by a thread. I slump in my chair, exhausted. But Maya's still working, tracing the hack's origin. It's coming from a server in San Jose, she says. I can't pin it down yet, but it's too close to home, too close to Caldwell Enterprises. I stare at her, the pieces clicking into place. Nathan's empire is built on ruthless competition. He's crushed startups before, but his own brother? My mind flashes to the boardroom coup 3 years ago, when I was demoted without explanation. Was this his plan all along? To push me out, keep me down, make sure I never threaten his throne? The next morning, I call the dealership and cancel the SUV purchase. The salesman sounds baffled. Mr. Caldwell, you were so excited about surprising your parents. The car's ready to go. Yeah, well, plans change, I say, my voice flat. They don't need it anymore. When I hang up, Maya's watching me, her eyes a mix of pride and worry. You okay? She asks. Not really, I admit, but I will be. I block my family's numbers. Nathan, Chloe, Mom, Dad, all of them. No more demands, no more guilt trips. But the texts keep coming, new numbers every time, like roaches crawling out of the woodwork. Mom, Ethan, we need you to handle Chloe's latest mess. Be a team player. Dad, your mother's upset. Stop this nonsense. Chloe, can you and Maya fix my Instagram hack? Also, I need you at my event tomorrow. Not a single apology, just more orders. Like I'm their personal fixer. Then, 2 nights later, it gets worse. I'm working late in my startup's office, a cramped space in the Mission District, when I hear glass shatter. The door's lock is busted, and before I can react, 2 masked figures burst in, one with a crowbar, the other with a knife. Where's the laptop? The one with the knife growls, his voice muffled by a ski mask. My heart's pounding, but I force myself to stay calm. What laptop? I say, backing toward my desk. Don't play dumb, he snaps, stepping closer, the blade catching the light. The one with your startup's code. Hand it over or we're taking more than that. I glance at the window, too high to jump. The fire exit's blocked by the second guy. My laptop's on the desk holding 3 years of work, the blueprints for my AI platform. If they get it, I'm done. You're not getting shit, I say, grabbing a chair and swinging it hard. It catches the knife guy's arm and he stumbles, cursing. The other lunges, but I dive behind a server rack, my hands shaking as I dial 911 on my phone. Drop it, the knife guy shouts, recovering, but sirens wail in the distance. Someone must have heard the glass. The intruders freeze, then bolt, leaving me sprawled on the floor, my laptop still safe but my nerves shot. When the cops arrive, they take my statement, but there's no evidence, no prints, just a broken door and my word. You got enemies, Mr. Caldwell? The officer asks. Yeah, I say, my voice hoarse. My family. The break-in changes everything. I move our servers to a secure facility, hire a private cybersecurity firm and tell my team to work remotely. Maya's digging deeper into the hack, and her findings chill me. The San Jose servers linked to a shell company with ties to Nathan's firm. It's not proof, but it's close enough. My brother, the visionary CEO, might be trying to destroy me. A week later, I get a call from Aunt Lauren, the only family member who's ever treated Maya like a person. Her voice is hushed, like she's afraid of being overheard. Ethan, Nathan's in trouble. He was fired 3 months ago. Insider trading. He botched a deal, cost the firm billions, and they canned him. He's been faking his CEO status, living on credit, lying to everyone. I nearly dropped my phone. Nathan, the golden boy, the retirement plan, unemployed? How do you know? I ask. My friend's son works at his firm, she says. It's all over the office. He swore them to secrecy, but word's out. Your parents don't know. They think He's on a sabbatical. I sit there stunned. The gala, Nathan's toast, his smirk, it was all an act. My parents built their world around his success, and it's crumbling. Part of me feels sorry for him. A bigger part feels vindicated. And a small, ugly part, it's thrilled. Then my phone rings again. It's Nathan. "Hey," he says, his voice raw. Nothing like the smug asshole from the gala. "Can we meet? I need to talk to someone who isn't mom or dad." Against my better judgment, I agree. We meet at a diner in Palo Alto, a neutral spot far from the Caldwell Circus. Nathan looks like hell, unshaven, in a hoodie instead of his usual Armani suit. If I didn't know better, I'd think he was homeless. "Sabbatical going well?" I say, sipping my coffee. He flinches. "Who told you?" "Does it matter? It's true, isn't it?" He stares at his mug, stirring it like it holds the answers. "I fucked up, Ethan. Missed a deadline, tried to cover it up with some trades. They found out. I'm done." "And you let mom and dad think you're still the king," I say, not hiding my bitterness. "You know how they are," he says, almost pleading. "Their whole world's built on me. The pressure, the expectations, it's suffocating. At least nobody expects anything from you. You're just a consultant." I laugh, a sharp, bitter sound. Nobody expects anything? Mom introduces me as Ethan, who's still figuring it out. Dad asked me last Christmas when I'd get a real job. They kicked me out of the gala because I'm not impressive enough. And you toasted my exclusion from the stage. He winces, looking genuinely ashamed. "I didn't know they did that. I'm sorry, okay? I've been a dick. But I'm drowning. Student loans, credit card debt, no income. I heard about your startup, the TechCrunch feature. Can you lend me $100,000? 0 cents. Just to get by. I'll pay you back." I stare at him, and then I laugh again, harder this time. "The universe has a sick sense of humor," I say, standing. "I spent years chasing your shadow, cleaning up Chloe's messes, draining my savings for a car they didn't deserve. And the one time I needed to be treated like family, you all slammed the door in my face. So no, Nathan, I'm not helping." I walk out, his voice calling after me, but I don't look back. The diner's neon sign buzzes as I step into the night, feeling lighter than I have in years. But deep down, I know this isn't over. My family doesn't take rejection well, and with Nathan's empire crumbling, they're going to come for me. Hard. Back home, I tell Maya everything. Her jaw drops when I get to Nathan's plea. "So, the Golden Boy's broke, and now he wants your money?" she says, shaking her head. "And you told him to shove it?" "Not in those words," I say, grinning despite myself. "But, yeah." She throws her arms around me, her voice fierce. "I'm so proud of you. The old Ethan would have bailed him out just to feel needed." She's right. The old Ethan would have emptied our savings to save Nathan, to win my parents' approval, to be the good son. But that Ethan's gone. Now, I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop, and when it does, it's worse than I imagined. 2 days later, I'm driving home from a meeting with my startup's investors when my brakes fail. I'm on a winding mountain road, the kind where one wrong move sends you over a cliff. I pump the pedal, but it's dead, and the car's picking up speed. My heart's in my throat as I yank the emergency brake, the tires screeching as I swerve toward the shoulder. The car skids to a stop inches from the edge, a 200-foot drop staring me in the face. I'm shaking as I call a tow truck, and when the mechanic checks it later, his face goes pale. "Someone cut your brake lines, man. This wasn't an accident." I don't call the cops, not yet, but I know who's behind it. Nathan's desperate, and desperate people do dangerous things. When I tell Maya, she's already on her laptop, pulling traffic cam footage from the road. "If we can prove it was him," she says, her voice steel, "he's done." But the footage is inconclusive, and the threats keep coming. My phone buzzes with texts from unknown numbers. "Call home, family emergency, your mother's in the hospital." I verify each one, lies, all of them. Then, at 6 a.m. on a Saturday, my doorbell rings, like someone's trying to break it down. I peer through the peephole and see Evelyn, her face twisted with rage. "Ethan, open this door right now," she shouts. Maya's behind me, still in pajamas, her phone ready to dial 911. "Your call," she whispers. Open the door, but don't let her in. "What do you want, Mom?" She glares at me, her concerned parent act in full swing. "What's going on with you? Throwing a tantrum over a gala, cutting us off, blocking our numbers? We raised you better than this." "Did you?" I say, my voice cold. "You raised me to be invisible, to clean up Chloe's messes, to take your insults, to accept that I'll never be Nathan. You told me to my face I wasn't good enough for your gala." "You're exaggerating," she says, waving a hand. "I was stressed. And besides, you contribute less than Nathan or Chloe. You're just a consultant." I laugh, the sound harsh. "A consultant? I built the AI that made your company billions. And that SUV? I drained my startup to buy it for you. 3 years of work gone. But I canceled it because you don't deserve a damn thing from me." Her face shifts, calculation replacing anger. "You were going to buy us a car? How could you afford that?" "I've been working my ass off," I say. "My startup's about to sell for $10 million 0 cents, but you'll never see a penny of it." Her eyes widen, and her voice turns syrupy. "Ethan, sweetie, there's been a misunderstanding. Come to dinner tonight. Your father will be so proud of your app thing." "No," I say, cutting her off. "You're only here because Nathan's broke. You need a new cash cow, now that your golden boy's a fraud." Her face hardens. "Don't be dramatic. Families help each other. We've been patient with you, but it's time you step up. We're struggling, Nathan's situation, a second mortgage. You can fix this." I shake my head, the truth crystal clear. This isn't about family. It's about money. "I'm done," I say, shutting the door in her face. Through the peephole, I watch her stand there, stunned, before storming off. Maya's behind me, her voice soft. "That was epic." "Yeah," I say, my heart still racing. "But this is just the beginning. The next week is a nightmare. My aunt calls, sobbing about how my parents might lose their mansion. My uncle texts about family loyalty. Even my grandmother, who's 82, leaves a voicemail saying she's disappointed in the man I've become. I block them all, but the pressure's relentless. Then it gets personal. My cousin Derek, who works at our bank, hints he could make things difficult with our mortgage. I report him and move our accounts, but the damage is done. Our credit takes a hit. Worse, they go after Maya. Evelyn spreads rumors that Maya's a corporate spy, poisoning me against the family. Parents at Maya's firm start whispering, and an anonymous complaint claims she's unstable. Her boss dismisses it, but the stress is eating at her. "They're trying to break us," she says one night, her voice shaking. "They won't stop until they get your money." She's right. But I'm not backing down. I hire a lawyer, set up security cameras, and keep building my startup. The $10 million 0 cents deal is still on the table. But the hack and break-in have spooked investors. I'm fighting on all fronts: family, business, maybe even my life. Then, one night, I'm leaving a meeting when I'm jumped in a parking garage. 3 guys, faces covered, grab me before I can react. "Drop the deal," one hisses, pinning me against a wall. "Or next time you don't walk away." A fist slams into my gut, and I double over, gasping. They're gone before I can fight back, leaving me bruised and shaken. I don't tell Maya right away. She's got enough to deal with. But when I do, she's livid. "This is Nathan," she says, her voice trembling with rage. "Or someone he hired. We need proof, Ethan. We need to end this." She's right, but proof is hard to come by. The SUV, the hack, the break-in, the brake lines, the ambush. It's all too clean, too professional. My family's playing dirty, and I'm running out of moves. But I'm not giving up. Not now, not ever. They've underestimated me for too long, and I'm about to show them what I'm capable of. What's next? Will Ethan uncover Nathan's role in the attacks? Is Evelyn hiding a bigger secret behind her lies? And what does Chloe's assistant know about the Caldwell Empire's collapse? The stakes are higher than ever, and I'm just getting started. Dive into the drama and betrayal. Hit subscribe, drop a comment, and don't miss the shocking twists in part 2.